Roll me down, I get it. Hate that I keep winning. Stab my back and took it. To all those who willing. The ones think I'm privileged. No, I ain't quit into this. Lost friends, God bless. Cut hoes on too much stress. You young and reckless. Spent money on a new car. I spent my money on lawyer.
Fuck your feelings. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fuck Your Feelings, the greatest podcast that ever exists, man. We got a phenomenal episode. We got Tanjareen.
Hi.
Tanjareen, do you have a last name? Or you just...
I do not.
Oh,
like Cher, Oprah.
I like that. We got Kill. What is it? Theodrick?
Theodrick.
Theodrick.
Yes, sir.
And we got Brandon Phillips, man. One of my closest homeboys out here in the game. Brandon was late, everybody.
Late.
I gotta call people out when they're late for this fucking show.
I was, but I apologize. As soon as I came in, I said thank you all for waiting patiently.
I heard you're always late though, so this is like your MO. You just come late and apologize.
He's a late person. That is what he do. He come in late and apologize. He means well though.
Yeah. Why did he say no just to lie? And then when you said it again, he said, "Well, yeah."
Wow.
Did he come in with excuses or you just go straight to the apology?
No, I had a good
He didn't even tell us why. You're right, Kill. He didn't even explain himself.
I apologize.
I actually have to cut Justin's hair immediately after this.
And
I left my edgers at home. I brought my case and I left my edgers.
Because you didn't know. You didn't know when you were getting ready last night. Well, never mind. Yeah. This is what you do.
Hey, man.
You guys looking at me.
Wow.
I like you too, Brandon. He's been sexually harassing me since we've been setting up. So
my career is over.
That's why there's so much tension betwixt us.
My career is fucking done.
Hey, man, she definitely me too before we
listen. But you know what? Listen, we got actual footage. You guys gonna see the photo after this. Okay, y'all gonna see the photo. We got footage of her with her hand on my shoulder.
Oh, wow.
If Justin,
it was a very small square that he asked us to all get in for the picture.
That's what all.
And I needed my balance.
That's like she was trying to push you.
But when you groped my ass before that, did that have anything to do with my hand on your shoulder? Do these two things? Do they have anything to do with one another?
I was trying not to knock over Justin's expensive
he had
equipment.
us in a small place with like all these,
he held her ass
all this equipment. I'm glad I could help.
He did not grab her ass. He gently slid his thumb in her butt. And I think that's.
And he had a little bit of coconut oil on it, so it was nice. It was nice.
I just found out about the coconut oil. I was late to the game. I just found out this is a thing.
Oh yeah, it's a really good moisturizer. It actually is antifungal and antibacterial, so you shouldn't be using it as a lube inside a vagina because that would mess up
the pH balance.
The pH balance.
Yes.
Yeah, don't do it in there.
Oh.
Yeah. But the buttocks.
But the buttocks you can.
But yeah, you can throw it up in the
So what do you use instead of coconut oil? What's the thing to use?
You can use, honestly, you could use olive oil, which I don't think a lot of people realize.
Olive
like
oil.
Extra virgin olive oil. Put it right up in there, all natural, without having to worry about any side effects. Wow. You can buy lube, that's scented and flavored.
Smell, though? Is she gonna smell like pasta?
She'll smell like a salad,
right.
An Italian salad. But you're tossing a salad. You might as well.
I am
not. Y'all not eating groceries? Okay, Brandon's eating groceries. I knew that when he put his finger up my butt.
Let me tell you why I don't eat booty. Let me tell you why I don't eat booty. Because from time to time when I was young, if you hitting it from the back, if she hasn't taken the proper bath, you smelling butthole. Right. And then you're trying to close the cheeks hoping.
So you still keep smashing when you get a bad smell from the back.
Oh, we ain't stopping. We ain't stopping. You gotta see it.
Oh, so y'all just fight.
Kill. You have to use your microphone.
He saw it. He did the mic check, and then he's like, all right, cool.
This nigga, you know what fucking gets me about you fucking comedians, y'all? Comedians and rappers. These niggas act like they don't know how to fucking use microphones.
They put their hand over the whole mic.
And your entire profession.
There you go.
Look at that. Now here's the thing about this mic stand. It's go tilt. So what you gonna have to do is just pull that mic stand super close to you.
Got you.
Yeah. But I be watching interviews. And like rappers and comedians, they always talking off of the mic. And I'm like, nigga, your whole job every night is using the microphone.
It bothers me too. I see it and I'm like, I don't understand.
You know what? This is a different microphone. This is one I'm accustomed to on the stage.
That's true. It is not a comedy stage.
This is actually a really good microphone, though. These microphones are really good.
They are.
Yeah, y'all sound great.
very expensive.
Good job, Justin.
Thank you. Hey man, what is kill? Do you ever say what kill is short for, or is that the full name?
You know, honestly, it's not really short for anything. It just typically just means like when you kill on stage consistently. So I kind of like got the moniker from the city that I'm from kind of being like a consistent comic that can go on stage.
Were you from Detroit?
Humble brag.
Originally from Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay.
Yeah. Midwest, you know, shout out.
Yeah, I have people on that I don't really know on this podcast, but that's the point
Didn't
of
know
it.
your last name. Didn't know how to say it. Doesn't know where you're from.
And me and Justin, I've met Justin for the first time on 5 separate occasions. Nigga could not remember who I was.
This is
5 times.
You have to understand he's famous.
I know.
That's how I do Brandon Phillips every time I see him. I'm like, and you are.
Like, hey. And I was like, Tanjareen, we've literally met.
I'll never remember.
He was so nice about it every time. I could see the lost in his eyes. He was like, yo, yeah.
You understand he's been on major network television
Facts.
for several years on more than
Facts.
one show. So he has no reason to remember us.
Facts.
It's fine.
I was watching him while getting my nails done today on MacGyver.
Okay, that was a light flex. That was a light flex for both of y'all because you were getting your nails done.
Right.
Okay.
And he was watching me on MacGyver.
Nice.
One of my favorite Jay-Z lines is, "No, I don't remember you. I didn't intend to."
Ooh,
I feel like that's a bar. You trying to battle me? What's
No.
up, man?
That's a
What's going
Jay-Z.
on?
That's a Jay-Z lyric. Now,
that's how he lives his life.
I don't prescribe by that. I really have issues with remembering. I have to see you where I met you at.
Right.
So, like, let's say I met you at the Comedy Chateau.
Mm-hmm.
If I then saw you at a grocery store, I can't connect the two. Like, my mind is weird like that. So I have to see you at the exact same place for me to be like, oh, I have to see you a certain amount of times. And then I'm like, oh, okay, that's killed.
I understand exactly what you mean by that because you've been so many places and seen so many faces. It has to mean something to you to even want to remember it.
Right.
You know, it's
Right.
like a special form of ADHD.
So that's insulting to you and to Brandon from me. And now I feel terrible.
Look, here's the thing. So he's been on higher stages than me, right?
Yes.
So there's comedians that's been on lesser stages than me that have seen me 8 different times and I don't remember who they are.
So you pay it forward. You pay the disrespect forward.
Exactly.
Got
Get out of here, peasant.
Got it.
Just for hires.
Now, you want to know the funniest thing? You done Me Too, Brandon. He done got quiet over there.
I'm sorry, Brandon. Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself.
There is no, when you're Me Too, there's no speaking up. Like
in the corner.
You are Me Too, you are immediately guilty. Like your career is done.
It's
like,
best not to make no statements.
I'm
for your own safety.
That didn't work for Bill Cosby.
Right.
I didn't do it. This will go viral. This will go viral.
Just that clip. I'm sorry.
He out.
You know what's so funny?
But they're about to now do a civil suit against him.
Wow.
Because they really didn't want him to get out.
He the next R. Kelly. They about to keep coming for him.
Yeah.
What's the civil suit? Here's my issue with the civil suit. You said you didn't do this for money, right? That's what the women saying, or the women typically say they're not doing it for money. So he got out by a technicality. Mm-hmm. And I saw the documentary. I know what the technicality was. Basically, he admitted to drugging women, but he was supposed to be able to say that and it not come back on him, for them to be able to have that
because it's past a certain time or something like that,
which is ridiculous.
Yeah, like statute of limitations. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. But here's my issue as a man. I have a daughter. I have a 9-year-old. I teach my daughter immediately. If something happens to you, you need to speak up immediately, because to me, that is the real deal, true bravery. For me, bravery isn't coming back 20 years later.
Right.
Bravery is when you have everything on the line to lose and you say, no, I'm going to stand up to this person, because your bravery is then helping every other woman sooner. Because you went quiet for 15, 20 years, there was 15, 20 years worth of women that was also assaulted.
Yeah.
So if you would have spoke up sooner, now it's a different time. And I know back then it was a different time, but I'm telling my daughter now in 2022 era,
that's great.
You need to speak up. I said, if somebody touch you, if it's a family member, a friend, quote unquote friend, you got to speak up and you have to say something, because that's real bravery and that's helping to prevent that person from doing that for someone else. So this is why I bring that up. So when we say no statute of limitation, if somebody did something wrong and they're guilty, they need to go to jail. But also, you have women that do lie from time to time.
It messes up for all of us.
It does.
Yeah. You hitting everything on right on that.
We don't even have to say nothing because he's saying everything.
Right. But so you have these women that lie from time to time, and it's unfair for a good man for whatever reason is going on about his life 15, 20, 25 years. And then you have a woman that's going through whatever she may be going through, career not going right, going through a divorce. She see you on TV winning or whatever the case is. And now she's able to come out and say, well, he did something to me back in college. Bitch, I'm a senior citizen now. And you talking about some shit that I did in college?
But as a woman,
I'm listening,
who has been raped, but it was a date rape. I knew the person. I was actually seeing the person. I had already, and it's really, really murky because I had sex with the person. But at this particular time, we were breaking up, and I said no. And he tore my underwear off of me and did it anyway. And I cried. Wow. That didn't feel like love to me. But because I had already slept with this person, I didn't tell anyone because I was like, well, it's going to be hard to say this person took it from me. But it was something that I very much did not want to do. And I had a scar on my back from where he scratched me trying to tear my clothes off of me when it happened. Fun fact, this person's now a comedian. And I have done shows with them and had to just like look the other way. But I digress. Wow. Another person that's very respected in Hollywood as an actor was very, very sexually aggressive towards me in when we were alone together. And I had to ask him to please get the fuck out of my house. I thought we were just friends and just kicking it. And then I had to use my little witch cinnamon broom and my sage and try to get his negative energy out. But I didn't tell anybody about that either. Then later I saw this person in the news years later was getting in trouble with somebody else. And I was like, and then I saw somebody else in the news, but he had the money to like make the stories go away. So y'all saw it for a second and forgot about it. Then the news came out a few years later for somebody else and y'all forgot about it. But this stuff happens all the time. And it's very difficult for us to speak up because it becomes, well, what was he doing at your house? Well, you guys already slept together. Well, what were you wearing? Well, what time of day was it? Well, what were you expecting? It all becomes the slut shaming that Amber Rose was fighting so hard against with the slut walk of us being the ones that are put on trial when we say this person did this to us. So we don't say anything.
I'm sorry. Did you believe Amber? I mean, what's her name?
Amber Heard?
Amber Heard. Whose side were you on?
You know what? I didn't even remember that this had all happened because I don't follow like celebrity news like that. But watching the case was just hilarious to me because it seemed like a sketch. It seemed like a joke, like the stuff that he went through and the little digs that he would say in response on. I was like, this is really good comedy. And it's all improv. So no, I don't.
It's all improv.
I'm happy that it was able to come out that he didn't do the things that she said, but that we don't all have the money to go through that on TV for everybody to get vindication. It doesn't always happen that way.
She crazy.
You know what? I think I speak for every fan of Pirates of the Caribbean when I say fuck Amber Heard. She damn near cost us a whole nother Pirates of the Caribbean. She cost us a damn good Harry Potter movie, Fantastic Beasts.
Listen, I already thought she was crazy. The nail in the coffin was the interview she did after the trial. She did an interview and she said they were talking about Johnny Depp's acting, like, oh, you know, he's such a good actor. And she was like, yeah, I'm not taking that from him. You know, his best acting was in that court case. Like, well, she was like, you guys believed him when he played a guy with scissor fingers. And then, like, she literally brought up a fictional character to compare to him in the trial. I'm like,
how can you believe this guy?
He played a guy with scissor fingers
17 years ago.
He lies for a living.
To me, it sounded like jealousy. That she's not as good of an actor.
She's not. And she knows that.
Because she was terrible. I watched only one clip. I said, let me watch it. And I started watching it. And I was like, I could tell she was acting. Like, for me, I was like, she's really trying to put on. Even if what she was saying was true, she was putting on extra to really try to sell this had happened.
We call those the white girl tears.
White girl.
I mean, we're talking about her in the courtroom, right? Not on TV.
Well, guess what? Guess what, Tanjareen? You can't get me too, but you can get canceled, and you are done, buddy. You are fucking done. I'm not gonna let you talk about these white women. We have white listeners. Shout out.
Oh, I love white people. let me tell you guys, if you don't know,
white people.
I make my living as an MC for bar and bat mitzvah parties. I love the Jews, and the Jews love me. That is my hashtag. I love white people. I can't even say some of my best friends are white. I have a lot of white friends. I do a lot of white comedy shows. I love white people, but there's something different about white girl tears that has nothing to do with white people in general.
Yeah, white girl tears are attached to slavery. Yeah, that's probably why. And fucking niggas getting lynched and shit. They was lying back in the day about niggas fucking them and raping them.
No,
that's another thing.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing.
Yeah,
Mississippi burning.
That movie made me so mad that I was mad at all the people of lighter skin when I came out that theater. Like
Rosewood.
Bro, and that happened.
That one cut deep.
The same. Walked out that theater.
White people listening right now. What was Rosewood?
Rosewood had me terrified of white women. I didn't trust them for years.
And now you smash them all the time. I see you with it.
Look, now I don't smash them all the time, but every time I smash them, I'm like, it's for Rosewood.
Exactly.
It's for Rosewood.
Yeah. You know,
that's all.
And that's the funny thing is, black women, when we see a brother with a white woman, we're like, how could you do this to us? But in you guys' mind, you're like, no, this is for us.
This is
I'm doing this to get back at it. We're like, no, we don't
That's kind of accurate though. The mentality, because even Kendrick Lamar's new album, he was saying like he was doing that and he thinking about like that's payback for slavery, basically.
And that's what Nick Cannon was saying, because he was with Mariah all that time. I'm not sure what her whole ethnic background is, but it's like he was like, you know, we were forbidden from being with the white women for so long, so maybe this is why black men we run to them.
Mm-hmm.
But as a black woman, with the struggle of how we've had your back and we've been there for you through your down and outs and your brokenness, and as soon as you get a chance, you go the other way. It's hurtful to us.
Well, listen.
I got the reverb.
I got a friend. I got a homeboy who actually, like, I joke about the reparations, but I think he really does, because he's like, he will fuck a white girl and he will literally be like, call me a nigger bitch, call me a nigger bitch, and he wants him.
That's deep.
That's
him.
Mental health issue.
It's him like digging deeper, and I'm like, okay, that's a little too far.
That's a lot to unpack.
The rule is you can't fuck white women missionary. You gotta hit them from the back.
I didn't know this rule.
That's the rule.
It's full domination.
Is that on Wikipedia? How did you come across
it?
What about missionary, but choking them so they can barely breathe or enjoy it?
There you go.
Tanjareen, that's section
maybe with a noose.
Right.
If you're gonna get reparations, have sex with them with a noose on.
You guys,
and then call them derogatory names.
Put a white pillowcase over their
Okay,
head.
we've gone too far.
Okay, I had a white chick. I had a white chick. I had a white chick DM me one time. She said she wanted my slave cock.
Wow, I would have gave it to her.
Did you give it to her?
That would have turned me on.
Unfortunately, I was married at the time.
Fuck.
And
I know.
Oh, are you faithful?
Yes.
Oh,
for real? In my mind, I am very.
Tanjareen said that like you're a unicorn.
Oh my God. Or at least you are on camera. We'll talk about it off the air, and I'll ask you again.
You exist?
You're faithful?
Hey man, you know.
Did you get married? Did you get married like when you got famous, or like before?
He got married immediately. This
immediately,
nigga moved out here and proposed to somebody. I was like, bro, can you?
But I've known her forever though. So I've known her. I knew her before I moved out here.
Y'all were friends first.
Yes. Okay. But not only that, yeah, man, you know, motherfuckers fuck up, you know. Everybody done fucked up before. Right. You know? Okay. Everybody done fucked up before. I'm human. I ain't perfect. I ain't saying I'm perfect out here. You know.
How many years you been married?
I got my ring on though. How many years? That's 10, 11?
10 of them.
2009?
10.
I thought it was more than that.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a late bloomer when I get married. I'm gonna be like 70.
Here's the answer to your question though, bro. I would never get married again. That's number one. If I ever got married again, I would just have a bisexual chick that I'm cool with, and we would go and smash women together. That would be what I would do.
But no men could be part of these fun fantasy sexcapades.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I wouldn't be there.
Okay.
But she could fuck whoever she want to fuck.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It would be just a cool bisexual. She bad. We could go out, dinner, movies if we want to.
Yeah, that's fun.
Do that. But if she say, yo, I got a date with such and such, bye-bye. You know, peace out.
What's your take on open relationships? How do you feel about that?
I wish.
It's rough, ain't it? Like when you get
Here's the thing, man. I feel like I could do it if I hated my wife.
Oh, wow. Now I got to talk to my husband because we're in an open relationship. Baby, do you hate me?
Yeah, how does it work? How does that work? Like, I'm so curious to, because I got another friend who's he's in a throuple.
His friend name is Brandon Phillips.
I got a boy. His name is, no, I'm so curious on how, honestly, like how that works. Like, do you have to check in with each other and tell each other? Or you just like, I'm doing my thing.
It's more of a don't ask, don't tell policy out here in a lot of relationships.
Boy, you go for a Tanjareen.
Yeah, she got the She knows.
I won't tell all of our business, but I will say that every couple should have their own rules before they do this, because it's not easy to do. You will have some jealousy. You will have somebody that forgets it's open and still tries to lie. So make sure you know what the rules are. Can you kiss the other person? Is it somebody, should it be the same person every time, or should it be somebody different so you don't catch feelings? Does it have to be this type of gender, or can it be that gender? Like, you have to decide all these things ahead of time so that there aren't any complications or nobody gets upset. And it works really well. I think the reason that I chose this life is because I was raised by mostly men, uncles, male cousins. And I just saw a lot of infidelity and a lot of lies. And I didn't want that for my life. I never saw a relationship where marriage lasted. And I just wanted to make sure that I could eliminate the things that would make us break up. And I was like, let's just be open and honest about everything. Right. Let's be able to talk. Let me help you. Let me help you pick out the bitch. Oh, damn, she got a fat ass. She got a clean background in that picture. You got to hit that, babe. Like, that's the kind of person I am. So
that's dope.
Is there ever a situation where like one person in the couple actually gets more than the other one, and that's what creates a jealousy? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Is it a competition? Is it like competitive sometimes?
Well, it shouldn't be, because everybody knows a woman can have sex whenever she clearly wants to. It's so easy. It doesn't matter like what she looks like. There's somebody that will fuck her. Right. So it shouldn't be a competition, and it shouldn't be like, well, you had 6 extra pieces of sex this month, and I only had 1.
6 extra pieces of sex.
That's a thing.
Big nuggets.
That's dope. That's dope. That's why y'all best friends like that though. Like, I see y'all when y'all improvise, you know, on the camera.
Yeah.
Like, y'all motherfuckers cool.
We just did a funny improv on his Instagram reel last night, because I was fussing at him, and he just pressed record, and I just started fussing just because I was like, oh, this is gonna be funny. People like to see this. But I think that because of where we started, if he were to then, you know, now that he's more successful, we both, you know, have money now. If he were to leave me for a Teharte,
wow. He wouldn't though.
Nah.
I would kill him.
I would.
He would.
I would kill him. Nah. And you guys would not have to ask like what happened to him. Or, you know,
well, now when you say Teharte, you saying a hoe or you saying a white woman?
White, definitely white woman.
Okay.
He said a hoe. He already fucking a hoe.
But fucking one and leaving her for one are 2 different things.
But leaving her for what Teharte hoe is a whole separate lane. Yeah, black women. You can tell she's real because she's doing it with crop. That's real.
Well, I would respect that.
Weapons. I have professional boxing training. I would kill him.
He would have to. The man got to be secure with his dick game too.
Very secure.
For him to allow, because you thinking like, what if my wife is getting dick down by somebody that got better dick, a bigger dick?
He always says that. Please don't have it be nobody with a bigger dick.
That's the scariest.
It's so funny to me.
That's what I worry about. You know what? Go have a baby, because you know what? No man's penis is gonna be bigger than the baby. So,
wow.
Okay, so, now we're into something else that you get in trouble for. Brandon, be quiet.
Unless it's a C-section.
Sex with a baby.
A sex with a baby.
No,
she be flipping.
Have a baby.
Yeah.
See, this is what.
See, this is how niggas come.
I'm in the crossfire. I'm like, hold on. I knew what you was saying.
Okay, yes, you're right. When people give birth, when women give birth.
Because men be like, you know, my dick, like, unless your dick is 8 pounds, 19 inches, right. Like, no. Nigga,
well, I didn't want to brag on the platform, on the show, but I'm joking.
You got 8 pounds.
I got 9 pounds. You know the thing about my
Justin, I'm in an open relationship. You got 9 pounds.
Let me tell you something. I would never. You know, I'm so true to the bro code. Like, it's so like me and my homeboys, I would never, like, if his woman, very attractive, if she ever, for whatever reason, ever tried to throw some pussy at me, I wouldn't do it. I stick to that bro code shit.
Level yet, Justin?
He didn't say you. He definitely didn't say you. He said me. He said Brandon.
This is one of my best friends.
If I bring anybody around, this is free game.
But this is
your bitch.
This is what I'm saying, nigga. I just remember who you were yesterday. Okay. Your bitch is getting smashed all out. Okay. And then when she be like, well, what about Kill? I'm gonna say, who?
Wow. Fuck Justin Hires. And fuck Rush Hour, the TV show. You hear me?
Fuck your bitch. But you know what's the funny thing?
He could fuck my bitch because that's all she is.
Thank you.
You understand?
I don't give a fuck what you classify her as. As long as she give it up pussy. No, but you know what's so funny? I first met Kill. I think one of the times this one I did remember you because Kill I think he had asked me to follow him back on social media.
That's my
pet peeve, bro.
That's my pet peeve too.
Like,
but hold on. So I will let you get to yours, Brandon. So he asked me, and at the time I wasn't following anyone. Like literally, my follow was 0. Who I was following. So I was like, listen, man, I ain't following nobody back. If you don't want to follow me back, I respect it.
That's asshole shit, by the way, Justin Hires.
That I wasn't following.
When you have that 0 following, I hate that shit.
He thought he eat M&M over there.
But now
we can unpack that.
We can unpack why I did it. I mean, I explained on other podcasts.
Go ahead.
It was a 2-pronged reason why. The 2-pronged reason, for anybody that don't know, the reason why, one was I was trying to be super focused on my career. I was like, I feel like when you like running a race, right, and you looking to the left and to the right, when you focus on what everybody else is doing, you're slowing up your own personal productivity. So that was the number one reason. The second reason was I had all these peers and homeboys and my comedy friends. They never liked none of my shit. They didn't comment on none of my shit. They didn't say, yo, Justin, watch Justin on MacGyver tonight, Friday nights. But I see them on everybody else's pages commenting, liking, and sharing their shit. So after 5 to 6 years of Rush Hour in MacGyver, I'm like, damn, ain't nobody sharing my shit, ain't nobody saying. So I was like, well, y'all obviously don't fuck with me for whatever reason.
You don't have 10 people in your life that you can follow that fuck with you.
Well, here's the issue with that. If you follow one person, you gotta follow somebody else. No, that's how. Yes, you do, because
he didn't even follow me.
No, I feel you, and fuck them. I know I've been a Justin Hires fan. I went to you headlined at Flappers. I bought a ticket to see you. Like I've been a fan of yours for a long time, fan and friend.
That's true.
But whenever I see somebody with 0 people that they're following, I'm like, okay, they think they're Jesus. They don't follow anybody. Like the way that Reverend Run used to say it when he first got on Instagram. But I feel like if somebody's following 12 people, I'm like, okay, these are the 12 people he really fucks with. No. I'm not gonna bother him for a follow, but at least he fucks with these 12 people. You were like, nah, fuck everybody.
I was like, fuck everybody, because I was trying to just be equal. So I hit up even my close friends, and I'm like, yo, I'm just letting you know, I'm unfollowing everybody.
That was nice of you.
I did. So my close friends, I hit them up to tell them kind of what the reason behind that was.
But this, let me tag into it. This is how much he supports and how good of a friend he is. At the time, I was doing my own podcast, like my own TV podcast show. He was one of the only friends, comedians, that were reposting my episodes.
Nice.
On his, he wasn't even following me. So that means he was going to my page to be like, oh, I know Brandon's got a new episode, let me go. Like, he was still doing that.
Nice.
Is that even when I wasn't following people, I would still go to their pages from time to time, and I still share their shit.
Beautiful.
I'm huge on sharing people's shit.
Beautiful.
I'm always sharing people's shit. You know. So I fuck with, so that's why I even told him that night when I met him, when I met him for the night time. I was like, I said, listen, man, but you can hit me up. I said, I'm not gonna follow you right now. I said, but if you hit me up about anything, bro, I'm gonna hit you right back. Like,
true to that. And you told him up, you definitely hit you right back.
Yeah, but you know what? When I really start, goddamn, I know what it is. It's this fucking phone over here. But I'm gonna figure that shit out. But anyways, what I really realized though is, I started really, I follow back loyalty.
Nice.
So when I started following people back, who I follow now?
You follow me?
Yeah, I follow you.
I feel so special.
But I'm gonna tell you why I follow you. I started following you because I said, man, Tanjareen came to my show in Flappers. Tanjareen always hitting the like button. You see what I'm saying? Or she'll leave a comment. I said
I listen to your music.
She listened to my music. I was like, she supports me. So I said, bam, let me make sure I follow her. So Kill, even with Kill, he had started following the Fuck Your Feelings podcast page. So I started following back on the Fuck Your Feelings podcast page. He hit me up. You know what I'm saying? We be talking and shit like that. So I wanted to have him on the show.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And eventually, in time, maybe after this episode, I'm gonna follow your page, bro.
That means a lot.
That's real talk, because I gotta feel like this person really fuck with me.
I don't know if I want to follow my page because my bitch might be on there. That's terrifying. I think we might as well just keep emailing.
I will say
hilarious.
I want you to see shit on my page. Matter of fact, I'm blocking you.
I will say, when people ask me to follow them, one of the reasons I don't follow a lot of people, which I think I'm almost up to like 1,000 people I follow, which is become a lot, is because it's already so much on my timeline, on my news feed. When I go to Instagram, it's a lot to take in, plus the stuff that they're trying to show you that you're not following. So if somebody asks me to follow them, I usually tell them, if your page is open, I will engage on your page. I will go to your page right now and look through some stuff. I would like some stuff and I would leave some comments because engagement is more important than followers.
Right.
To anybody that you're trying to get a brand deal with, to anybody that's looking at your page, you know, you have 1 million followers and you got 23 likes on your picture, then you know you bought those followers.
Right.
But if you actually have engagement, like I'll go to people's page and I'll be like, oh, you look so cute. Oh, this is your daughter? Like I'll talk back to people and people are like shocked and they'll just be like, oh my God, Tanjareen was on my page. She was like, she talked to me like 12 times and they'll do a screenshot and put in their story. I'm like, you don't gotta go on it. I'm just saying. Instead of a follow, I would rather get to know what am I following? People be asking me to follow, what's on your page? It's just the same selfie in the car every day. I don't want to see that. Like, what are you showing me about your life?
You ever had somebody try to get you to follow a restricted account? You're like, yeah, I'm not following this.
You mean your private page?
The private page,
That's what I'm saying. I said your page is
I'm not
open.
following this shit.
I will.
That's worse, bro. I'm like, why the fuck? And then here's the thing too. I'm like, yo, you started following me because for whatever reason you saw something that I did that made you say, let me fuck with this person.
Right.
I have not seen anything that you have fucking did to make me say, let me follow you.
Right.
So it's like, so when random people are like, hey man, follow me, I'm like, nigga, you just see me perform. You just see me in a movie. You just see me on a TV show. I gave you a reason to follow me. You didn't do shit, nigga. And then I go to your Instagram, some people, you don't got no content, ain't posted shit. And I'm like, why the fuck? No.
You following me. Now I
Where we go?
gotta see your face in the car taking selfies every morning.
Right, exactly.
I hate that. I hate, and a lot of, I mean, there's some dudes too, but I know a lot of women do where it's just selfie, brand, them, you know.
Breakfast.
And I'm like, bruh, like, how many selfies? Like, I just, you know, I don't follow any of those type of chicks, so I don't.
You know what's crazy? Those chicks there be getting big followings based off them pictures.
That's what's insane. Because and I don't know about Justin or you Kill, but fellas are the ones that will complain about, oh, these women that are doing this, but the dudes are the ones that are hitting the like button and commenting, and I'm like, yo, you're the one that's building.
You guys say you don't like the fake asses, the fake hair,
right,
all the makeup, the big lashes, but then when you look at your feed of who you're actually giving the attention and the engagement to, it's the women with all that stuff. Your woman at home don't look like that,
right?
But the people online, you know, the algorithm knows what you like and it keeps showing it to you because you keep hitting the like button.
I go out my way to not like pictures of a woman I don't know. If I don't know her, I don't like the picture. It's too generic. I know it's.
But also, you know that they can tell how many seconds you spent on their page or on that picture. They can still know. So Instagram's like, oh, he likes this. He doesn't want his girl to see him push the like button, but we see him looking at it.
I see it so much it don't really faze me. You know what I'm saying? It's too okay. Sure, I can't touch you. I can't get to you. I'm not like, you know. So I've seen too much in real life to look at a picture and be like, oh, I need to.
Well, that's the same reason why I don't do strip clubs, because they don't do anything.
That's what CZ used to tell me until we got him to get the champagne room experience, and now he likes it.
Y'all got money now. See, that's the thing. You got money to stare at the strip club.
We didn't even have money when this happened. This was when we were.
Let's unpack this. What exactly happened? What is this champagne room? Yeah. What is this champagne room experience?
Well,
you can scoot your chair up, Brandon.
Well, because they used to always say, baby, let's go to a strip club. I think it'll be fun. I'll get you a lap dance. And he's like, I'm not interested if I'm not going to get anything out of it. I don't want to just go somewhere and meet you and go home. I'm like, no, you'll like
I'm sorry, Kill just coughed. We don't do that here. No, you got to get the fuck out. Yeah, we don't do that in here. This room too. No.
Baby at home, okay?
No. You gotta get the fuck. No, I'm joking. My bad. I'm listening. Go. I did that to Rito
Brown.
Rito. Yeah. I keep fucking up his name. I did that to him the other day. Go. We listening. Tanjareen.
So yeah, he just didn't think it was gonna be a good time. And then before we got married, of course you're supposed to have a bachelor party. And so I had a bachelorette party at this club called the Right Track, which is male strippers. Live as hell. I wish it had made it to COVID. Such a fun place. And then he went to the one on Rosecrans, Stars. He went to Stars.
They don't get naked here, do they? Like butt naked. Like
they get butt naked depending on where you go.
Okay.
So if you go to Stars or King, I think it's called King Henry VIII is down the street from the same street on Rosecrans, both in Gardena in California. The regular room where the liquor is, they just are topless. When you go upstairs to the champagne room, that's where they're fully nude, but you can't take your liquor up there because it's illegal to have the liquor in the complete nudity. And then in that room, there's side rooms where you can take somebody for extra and then do whatever you want to do, that they'll allow you to do. And it's not expensive. It's on that side of town.
Now we're saying $50, $70.
Yeah, right. What's the exact price?
What kind of budget do I need to have?
You could probably get some pussy with the condom for $40 and offer her
$40?
and
$40. You sound like a gay nigga. A gay nigga from Baby Boy. $40.
I hate $40. I hate that his hand was here when you said that. $40.
$40.
Look.
But you can offer her more to like take the condom off, and
You can offer her 50.
It depends on what she's going through.
Wow.
It depends on what she's going through in life, right there.
You telling me I could get raw pussy for $50? What's the name of this place again? No.
Raw pussy.
What?
You look up the Yelp.
Yeah,
Let me
I
see
can
the
see
five
it.
stars.
It's hit in half.
And I believe one of the clubs closed during COVID. It did open back up, and I think the other one did open back up. But it's not going to be the same because OnlyFans came out, and now everybody can get money from way more people than can get in the club without even having to touch the guy.
Unless she has a side hustle. Maybe the stripping is the side hustle. I'm hoping. Can you give the address and can you drop it?
Who do you recommend over there? Like who's?
I used to know some of the girls' names that were favorites, and some of them that had crushes on me used to be fun. But
Can you drop a pin? Can you drop the pin address? Yeah.
times have changed.
That's all right. I'll go back and listen to this episode. Now, see what
You want to do some research?
Yeah, because in Atlanta, they busted wide open in Atlanta. I remember the first time I went to a strip club, and I was like, first of all, I was like, it's something that seemed so unnatural to me that people was just walking around completely naked. Like, I felt like this is unnatural. It's like the first time I went scuba diving, and I'm breathing underwater, and I'm like, this is unnatural. I shouldn't be able to do this.
But nudity is actually literally natural.
It
You've
is.
just done, all these clothes for so
That's
long
true.
that it feels weird. But being home, taking clothes off as soon as I get in the house, don't y'all?
I don't.
No.
You don't?
No.
You know what? I keep my clothes. I think I have
roommate.
I have a fear. I have a fear of like something happening in the house and me being naked, and I gotta like the house catch something out, and I gotta run out. My lady gets bothered because I keep my shoes on. Like we have everybody take their
Why you
shoes off. But just in the house, like sometimes I just have this thing if I'm moving in and out of the house, and I keep my shoes on. I don't know why I have this thing of like, if something goes wrong, if something catches on fire, I gotta run out the house, I gotta grab some stuff. I don't want to be butt-ass naked.
So are you just in boxers and shoes?
No, nigga, I'm fully clothed.
Fully clothed?
Business suit in the house.
I wear
Where you
sweats.
sleeping? Where you got sleeping?
I have pajama bottoms.
I actually
Okay.
sleep in my
Okay, then you take it.
Shorts.
Okay, so at least you're topless when you go to sleep.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. Why I
onesie?
no. Why I don't walk around my house naked? I have baby dick.
You got a baby dick.
It's not baby dick, but what I'm saying is,
When it's not hard.
when it's not hard, I'm a grower.
Yeah.
I'm a grower, not a
Say
shower.
that.
You see, so
I always tease my husband about that. He gets so mad. I'm like, oh, you got a baby dick when you get out the shower. He's like, what? But he has a very big dick, ladies. You guys know. It's a very big dick. You can all draw from memory. But when it's just out the shower, I be teasing him.
that's what I'm saying. So I don't feel secure in my body to walk around with infant dick.
That's so funny.
But once it grows, I'm fucking.
But you know
it
your
again.
wife knows how big it gets.
I know, but I don't want my daughter to see it either. I got a 9-year-old walking
you got a
around.
9-year-old. You don't want that.
Daddy, why does your vagina baby?
What is that clitoris doing?
Here's the funniest thing my daughter did one time. I told her I was about to use the bathroom. She ran into the bathroom and put the toilet seat down
Oh.
For you. That's
for me
hilarious.
because she didn't know.
She thought she had a clitoris.
She thought I had a good. I mean, my daughter's not a whore.
I was such a daddy girl. I paid attention to how he used the bathroom, and when he left, I would put the seat up and try to stand over it myself and try to figure out how to aim because I just wanted to be like my dad. So
How does that work for women? Could you piss standing up if you really wanted to?
yeah, you just have to stand over it more than just being in front of it. You have to stand over it. But a friend of mine, who's a famous actress, I won't embarrass her, but she's kind of crazy.
Kim
She
Whitfield?
was telling me,
Cardi B.
and she is known for sketch comedy. She was telling me about this funnel that women can put there, because women that want to be more masculine, I guess, they associate more with themselves. They find that they're man inside or whatever. They can get like a funnel, like a cone or whatever, and just like put it there so that the pee will be directed out.
That's a lot of work to be manly though. You
just hold it. I don't know if you keep it in your pocket or you keep it by the just only do it at home. I don't know where you hold it.
You got the bar with a pistol.
I don't know how you put it on the inside, but just put it there and then you can pee through.
Well, see, that's what I'm trying to. I want something where I don't have to get out of the bed to pee. So maybe I should get that. I want to be able to, when I wake up in the morning, I know. I want to just to be able to, I just want to be able to just stick my dick in a tube.
But y'all can do that with just a mason jar. We're the ones that have to be sitting upright and we have to wipe ourselves afterwards.
But I also want the tube, to suck my dick while I'm doing it.
Wow. Okay. And you want the double whammy. I enjoy pissing in the toilet. I enjoy the walk to the bathroom, pulling my dick out and watching it go to the toilet.
Do you have good aim?
I do. The best.
How old are you? Still in your 20s?
Right.
That's why.
Oh, does it go away?
What?
Listen, I'm at the point now when I pee, like women pee and y'all have to get toilet paper to like wipe the. Yes. Yeah, I'm at that point where I pee afterwards. If I were to like stop when I was in my 20s, I would stop peeing, put my dick in my drawers, and walk out. If I do that now, there is a leakage, a little bit that will drip out.
You don't shake before you put it in your drawers?
Yes, it don't matter. I have to get toilet paper.
Y'all both know about
that. Well, no, that's what my husband does. He shakes and he gets like a couple squares of toilet paper and he dabs it.
Yeah, you watching me. You have to enjoy it, brother, because it's going to go away.
30. As soon as you hit by 30 something.
I was like, when that started happening to me, I was like, is my sprinkler system not shutting off? Like, what the hell?
I haven't sat on my balls yet. I heard Afion talk about that. I heard another comedian talking about that. The older you get, they get longer. So that hasn't happened to me.
Flex. I was talking about that too.
Flex Alexander. He has long balls.
That's what he said.
He got a long body, so that makes sense.
Yeah. He dressed like an old man now too. Like I saw him in person. This is not the same Flex when he's 6 man.
One-on-one.
None of that. I'm like, that don't make no sense.
He is. I feel like whenever I see Flex, and shout out Flex. He still dresses like he did when he was on 101. So
in the 90s.
But let me tell you, I heard somebody say something. This was someone said, and this is a true statement. I feel like people dress how they dress when they were at the apex of their career.
Exactly.
That's why AI still wear these baggy clothes. Eminem still wear these baggy clothes. They still dressing how they dressed when they were at the top of their game.
And when you see a woman with a certain hairstyle she won't let go, or a certain lipstick color, when she's older, it's like that's when she felt her prettiest. That's when she knows she
I feel like they do. I feel like men do that, like entertainers do that, or whatever. If they don't have a woman, I think a woman elevates a man's style. Most women elevate a man's. Absolutely.
I don't think it's
Look
that
at Jay-Z and Beyonce. Right. Jay-Z rap. I don't say he's reached the top of his career, but maybe I don't know. He's still going like career-wise. But Beyonce, because as a businessman, but Beyonce because of her style and who she is, I think she's elevated his. You know what I'm saying?
That's so funny. I was actually going to bring that point up, which is how big of a role do you think women play into making a man become better as like a human being?
It's huge.
I think it's huge.
It's huge.
I agree.
Look at us. It's huge.
Right.
It's huge. I think if the woman ain't shit, then it's no influence.
Right.
But you can you've heard the joke of the guy who pulls up to the gas station with his wife and they're talking about remember honey, you dated him and now he's working at the gas station as a gas station attendant. Aren't you glad you're with me because I'm a politician and da 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 da, and they're making fun of him, and then she's like, well sweetie, if I had to stay with him, he'd be the politician and you'd be working at the gas station. That's the power of a woman.
I've never heard that.
What about Jay-Z and Beyonce?
He's probably
when I went to their concert, was it On the Run 2? It was so funny because I felt like I was at a Beyonce concert featuring Jay-Z.
Right.
And the audience agreed with me because we were on our feet for her. And then when people come out, we're like, okay, what y'all eating? Let's go back to
y'all childish like that. Women are louder than men, though, when it comes down, because men ain't going to yell like that for Jay-Z.
I'm talking about the whole audience, men and women. Everybody in the audience is like, oh, cool, this is a good time to talk about, what did you do yesterday?
Disrespectful.
No, and I'll say this. As someone who has witnessed it personally, like I used to tour with Beyonce, so I saw
like
real light. He said that light.
His dance career before I was a dancer as well.
I want to see some moves. What was your best move?
It was a stripper move.
This is so
we met doing Stomp the Yard together.
Yay!
Hold up, y'all was on Stomp the Yard?
Yeah, we was in that.
Can y'all come real quick before we leave? Can y'all do something?
But y'all, hold on. Stomp the Yard.
Classic.
Who was y'all on Stomp the Yard?
My name was Byron.
I was dancer number. I was stepper number 13.
Okay, I should have known from the cargo pants you was one of them.
So, but listen, he was on the other. He was on the bad guy side, and I was a Theta. So I'm like, if you go back and watch the movie, you'll see me standing right behind Neo the whole movie.
That's dope.
Yeah, but I had 2 lines in the movie.
That's dope, man, because that's one of my favorite movies. You know, when that came out, I was in the living room.
Yeah. Watch it again. But you were saying you saw the first fan, you were dancing.
Yeah, I was dancing for. So this was like right when she went solo, right? And so she was at the early stage of her career, that Dangerously in Love. Yep. But her and Jay were just starting to kind of date, and they were just starting. But you could see, like, even I'm sure for like On the Run, like hip hop, like male artists, not gonna have makeup, stylists, all that stuff. Like Beyonce is a whole nother level when she, like, as an artist. And I'm sure Jay looked at her and, you know, Beyonce's like, listen, Jay, you need some of this. You need a team. You need, you know, so sure. even that, like, and I think his, as an artist, as a rapper, elevated, you know what I'm saying, even more so, which is probably...
Yeah, that's a person, I think. I heard him talk about it on the 444 album, but he was like, this spiritual shit really works. But I think he was contributing that to Beyonce. God damn it, I don't know why my reverb is so fucking higher.
Mine is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yours is great.
You think one day, like, Jay-Z woke up and put that jersey on and Beyonce was like,
maybe.
No, see, that's when he started going to
right. That's the last jersey you putting on.
Maybe.
She's like, you take that jersey off and get rid of Dame Dash.
He came home.
I ain't get rid of Dame Dash.
All the XXL white tees was in the
Have you ever told Clayton to stop? You didn't like certain friends that he was with, and you was like, maybe you should distance yourself from this person?
There have been friends that I've helped him see didn't have his best interest. Also, certain jobs that he was comfortable taking. Where I was like, you come home from this and you're miserable, and we have these discussions about how you feel disrespected, you don't feel like you're paid enough, you don't feel like you're valued. Maybe this is time for you to, you know, move on to something and not worry about where the money's going to be replaced from. You know, it's going to come.
I just told one of my homeboys, I don't know if it's too low now. One of my homeboys was doing, he was hosted at a club out here all the time. And I was like, do you think it might be time for you to wrap this up? You know, and he was like, yes, because I felt like, damn it. Y'all can't hear the reverb, but I can hear it.
I can hear it. You can hear it.
Are
you sure it's not the volume of these turned
It is, but what it is on this, you know how you go on Instagram Live and you can't turn the volume all the way down? It's just like, you can take it.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, so if you ever get on like Instagram Live and you try to turn the volume all the way, it won't go to mute. It'll still be like that one, and that's what that shit is. So that's what I'm hearing. My homeboy, but he was hosting at this comedy club, and I was like, man, and he was telling me, I was saying, when you're around certain people, they start to take you for granted. If you're around them too much, like certain jobs or whatever, they start taking advantage of you, they don't see your value. And so sometimes you need somebody to kind of step in and be like, maybe you might want to think about not fucking with these people no more.
Yeah, you're better than this. It's time to take your career to another level. So yeah, I've helped him with those situations. He does the same for me. I think because I was an actress for so many years before I dated him, I was able to help him in the acting arena. Like, this is what you do when you get an audition. This is how you thank people when you've already done the job. This is how you build relationships, and this is how you offer something of value so people want to keep you around. So that's really, really helped him and elevated his career as an actor. Right. And then I was doing sketch comedy before I met him, but I was never a stand-up comic. So I became a stand-up in the last only 4 years. But he is somebody that I can look to see, you know, how to carry myself as a stand-up. So we help each other in different ways. But definitely we've elevated because we're together.
Oh, for sure.
You started doing stand-up because of him?
Absolutely not. No, I fell in love with stand-up comedy when I was 16 on a blind date with a guy. We went to a comedy club in LA. I did not know that existed until I saw it, and I saw it live, and a lot of those people, you know, ended up being super famous later, and I was just like, oh my God, I love what this is. And then I started doing sketch comedy when I was working at the Improv as a server, I was so funny when I was waiting on this one table and they were a sketch group and they were like, "You want to audition for our sketch group?"
What's up, everybody? Appreciate you tuning in to the Fuck Your Feelings podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Now, unfortunately, we was having some audio technical difficulties on this episode, so I really wanted to set up what we were talking about next. I had asked Tanjareen about her appearing in the Fat Tuesdays documentary and telling the world how she was getting finger banged in the back of the Comedy Store by celebrities. So that was the question that I asked her. And when I asked her what her husband CT thought about her telling everybody how she got finger banged at the Comedy Store, she said that her husband saw it, but he never spoke about it afterwards. I thought that was very important for me to share with you all. And now, back to the show.
So I finally watched it, and I was like, oh, snap, this is crazy. Like, they kept that one? And yeah, because I didn't know what they were going to use, but I was grateful that they used me at all, because when I was working at Fat Tuesday, I wasn't a comedian yet. I was just the seater greeter. But I met everybody, I saw everybody, and I built some great relationships from that. So the fact that they even asked me to be in the documentary was one thing, but the fact that they kept some of the stuff that I said, because they interviewed so many people, and they had so much footage to edit down. I was like, oh. I guess I'm good with sound bites, because I said that, I said some other stuff, and I was like, oh, they kept me. And then it reminded me, when people started texting me, like, the person who I was talking about texted me with a smiley face. I was like, haha, you saw that, huh? Wow. But it reminded me.
That's crazy. Who was it?
But it reminded me, because everybody else was texting me, like, who was it? And I had mentioned that, I think I said what team he played for. But it did it.
What team was the finger bang? I remember, but
it reminded me that he wasn't the only NBA player that I had been, that I had dated. I didn't sleep with a lot of people because I was celibate for 3 years. And so it was great that I was able to like go out with people and get to know them. And they always look at me like, you're the one that got away. You're the only girl that didn't let me smash. And I'm a millionaire kind of thing. So it was a great empowering position for me to have. But after that documentary, I was like, man, I started naming the NBA players that had been in my life. And I was like, everybody want to know which one that was. I'm like, but y'all don't know. It was this one, and it was that one, and I spent the night over this one's house and didn't give him none, and this one ate me out, and it's a lot. But
it got real offensive.
But I didn't say all that on Fat Tuesdays. I just mentioned the finger bang.
So when Shaq sent you some
hilarious.
Hilarious.
Everybody tries to guess.
When Ron Artest came through.
Dennis Rodman came through. Fat Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's
keep it going, guys. Keep it going.
Damn, I was really trying to win Jon Snow.
Right.
Remember Jon Snow? He was wasn't that his name?
I don't even know that.
I'm talking about from the Philadelphia 76ers. I remember.
Oh, he was on the 76ers. He was a beast, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that was a good documentary. Shout out to Tanjareen. Tanjareen, you have your own podcast or you don't?
I have a lot of shows, actually.
I know you have shows, but do you have a podcast?
I don't have a podcast that goes on the audio sites. I have the Celibate Nympho podcast, which talks about sex, relationships, fetishes, toys, and abstinence. And that's only on my Patreon.
My butthole just got moist when you did that.
I thought I was
like, if that's not your soundbite for the intro, is it?
That's how that's the show.
That is. Do one more time for the people.
The Celibate Nympho podcast. OnlyFans and Patreon.
The reverb.
I told you that mic stand is the worst. This mic stand looks so.
We hear.
Now he's in red.
But I'm saying it's so stupid the way it looks. I know.
But then I also have a podcast that I just restarted with my husband called The Marriage Go Round. We do that every Wednesday on my Facebook page, and it's becoming popular. We've only done 5 episodes.
What are the rules of celibacy? Like,
it's so funny because that was part of my Celibate Nympho Chronicles web series that I produced, because I was counting the days of my dick talks in this web series, which is taken from my real life dick talks that I had on Twitter at the time. And when I let somebody eat me out, I had to ask Twitter, does this count? Am I still celibate, you guys? Does this count? And so in that episode on my web series, was Rodney Perry, he was eating me out. And I'm like, I don't want to start it over. Does this count? And then everybody's giving me their opinion, but everybody has differing opinions.
Hold on. So you saying this was a hypothetical Rodney Perry?
Yeah, Rodney Perry's married. He's out in real life.
Oh, okay.
Which is so funny because so my web series has me with Yoba, Tony Rock, Aloma Wright from Scrubs, and Soap Opera fame, and then Rodney Perry. And when I was texting Rodney Perry about stuff, and he came and did the episode, he ate me out or whatever, and I was sending him whatever text, I started getting flirty texts back from him, and I'm like, Rodney? I'm like, what's going on? And then I found that it was his wife trying to see if we have anything going on. Because me and Rodney have been buddies for so many years.
That's that slick shit that we
And so I was like, hey nigga, what are you talking talking about? Like, why are you talking to me like this? And then later he was like, man, that was my wife. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, because me and him are just friends. Like,
well, the twist is it was Rodney Perry. He hit you with the okie doke. He said, that was my wife. I don't know who it was. My wife got my phone. He put the bait out there and he doesn't back.
That's fire.
I would believe that if he'd ever been disrespectful or flirty in real life. Because we have been around each other alone, and even when he's between my legs for the shoot, he could have.
I didn't throw some grenades.
I
didn't throw a couple grenades myself to some girls.
We know you got bitches.
You know what I'm saying? Until I threw the grenade, I didn't know what was gonna come back though.
We know. But right before
But that's I don't want to speak on his wife, but at a certain time, you have to just trust your man.
Or know that trust that he's gonna be who he is.
Or trust he's gonna be.
Because that's the thing, and that's what we're gonna talk about on this week's episode of the Marriage Go Around podcast with Tanjareen and CT, is going through people's phones. Like when you're checking up with people, are you putting the Apple locator, that what is that, Apple little circle thing?
I don't know. Don't do that shit to me though.
Putting that on his car, like you know the little thing. You're supposed to put it on the wall or phone. The Apple tag. Are you putting that on his car because you're trying to see where he is? Are you looking through his phone? Are you trying to get the password on his computer? Like if you're doing all that, what is the purpose? Because you're gonna find something,
right?
And then are you gonna leave? Or are you just gonna be mad?
Exactly. What's the point?
What is the point of doing all of that?
And are you clean? That's the question.
Right? Do you want him looking?
I feel like usually, sometimes I feel like I've known some faithful dudes, right? But their woman is always like, who you with? Who you going? Where you going? So I'm like, I feel like you're actually the one.
That's right. Isn't it the plot calling? Like at that point, if you pick up the phone, if you're worried about someone doing something and you pick up their phone to go through it, you are now responsible for, you know what I'm saying? Like you're the one that can't be trusted.
But here's the thing: the reason why women do that is because they want to find something so they can justify what they're doing.
I will say this: two things. My father always raised me to tell me that if a man doesn't trust you, it's because he's afraid you're doing what he's doing. And I never forgot those words. And the guy that I was super in love with when I was in college, who ended up putting me in hospital at some point for abuse, he was always cheating on me, and I was trying to look for things to find so that I could say, hey, I want to break up because of these reasons. Right. I was trying my best to get out of a relationship, but he was so aggressively, he wouldn't let me break up with him. It was the weirdest thing. It's like, we've done sketches about it, me and CT, about him not letting me break up, but this boyfriend would not let me break up with him. And I'd be like, but look, you fucked her, you drove my car while I was at work to fuck her, like you got this girl's number. Like I had all this proof, and I'm like, I want to break up. We'd break up, and then he would stalk me, and then he'd show me my job, and it was all these different things. So it wasn't because I was cheating on him at all. It was because I was trying to validate, leave me alone, let me go. But I think a lot of women look for it because they know the nigga they're with ain't shit, but they're also afraid to be alone. So it's like, I want to argue and I want to fight and I want you to change. I want you to be better because I don't want to get back into these streets and find somebody else. I want you to be who you're supposed to be. I know what you're doing. Could you please stop? And the nigga's like, no, this is who I am. I ain't shit. I'm not going to stop.
I had an ex who she sabotaged herself in her own relationship. I went out to like walk our dog. I left my phone at the house, right? I left my phone at the house. I went out to walk her dog. One of my friends who was a neighbor, she's cute, but we was just cool. We was always cool. It was hot as shit. It was like middle of summer, right? I run into her on the street, wave, whatever, say hi. I get back to the house and my girl got my phone and she's like crying, what is this? What is this? My friend had texted me, oh my God, you look so hot, right? I was sweating outside. And she literally was like, you look so hot. And she was like, I get back home, my girl was like, what is this? How could you do it? I said, she said I'm hot. Like, I'm literally hot.
But
like,
you know what? Okay, you have muscles and you're caramel color, so women find you easy on the eyes, I'm sure. If I saw that in my man's text that a woman said you look hot and it meant because you're attractive, that wouldn't upset me.
It was her, again, that's what I said. She sabotaged, it was her own insecurity.
I want somebody else to think my man looks hot.
But you represent a small percentage of women.
Yeah, you are like a unicorn.
All right, so we're going to put you in the dope category.
But he didn't do anything wrong in that scenario. Somebody gave him a compliment or they said the weather was hot. You look hot. Either way, like, what are you mad for?
But see,
not all women are
that's the thing, though. Again, she had her own insecurities.
Not all women are understanding.
She currently is.
That's crazy. I remember when in college my saying was, I'm a Delta. Ooh. Don't Sleep with Theta Sorority Incorporated, and my Sans was dating
Theta? New Theta?
I was waiting on the top of the yard.
Who's that peeping in my window?
Theta New.
M-U Gamma. They're real to me.
I tell you what, shout out to them residual checks that go.
Real checks.
Delta's not paying. Y'all win. Delta's not paying. But I remember when we were in college, my Sans was dating a Q, and I thought, this is the best relationship because those are like our brothers. And I was like, hey, y'all should get married. It's gonna be so cool. But he ended up, some girl sucked his dick.
Wow.
And told my Sans about it, or her friend told my Sans about it, and my Sans broke up with him. And I was so confused because in my mind, sucking somebody's dick that's not your man is a degrading thing, and he's in power. Like, he's like, you got on your knees, you sucked his dick, and you know that he's got a girlfriend. You ain't shit. You're a loser. Like, I would have never broken up with him over that because I would have laughed at the bitch's face like, you suck on nigga's dick, you dumb bitch. He's over here with me. He just bought me this. We just doing this. We about to go to date night. Like, my mindset was weird because I was so confused on why she broke up with him for that. I was like, if he ate her out or if he fucked her, then yeah, I get it.
She's probably like, that's my dick. So I think a lot of women have that mentality when it comes to that. Like, no, I'm the only, like, so once that dick is sucked by someone else, it's like, okay, no, I don't
think like that at all.
You're a unicorn.
Yeah, you're a unicorn.
But don't women also like start to think of what else could have possibly happened as well as the dick suck? Like maybe it just wasn't the dick. Even though he might have only got his dick sucked, but now she's sort of thinking, like, how long has the dick sucking been going on?
Right.
Has she only sucked her dick?
Do she suck dick better than me?
Exactly. Yeah. Does she spit? Does she swallow? These are the questions that people.
These are the important questions, and I hope they do this at Star. I hope so. I hope they spit and swallow.
He said and
swallow. Would you want raw head from a stripper at a strip club?
No.
Or would you want a condom on when she did it?
Condom.
And would it feel good to
have
a
condom with a hand? I've never ever heard, and mind you, I've never ever did it.
You never had your dick sucked?
In a strip club.
Oh.
I ain't never had my dick sucked.
Also with a condom.
That's my question. Like, would you, if you met a chick outside of a club or were in a strip club and she offered you head, first of all, it's like red flag, like, wait, you were offering me head and you don't know me.
Yeah.
So would you put a condom on, or would you just be like, nah, I don't want you?
That's like being offered a steak, but you gotta eat it inside of a plastic bag.
I thought you about to do the Bill Cosby reference on top of the trash can top. That's what he said in this episode. But,
the steak that you got to eat with the plastic knives and forks.
I don't know why I do two Bill Cosby references on this podcast, but yeah. So none of you had
I've
head
never
with the condom.
I've had head with condom on.
What was how that go for you?
I can't.
Wow. Was she super attractive? Was she using her titties? Like, how did it?
Let me tell you something. An open mouth is always super attractive. That's number one.
Well, you really wanted it though. You had to think harder.
I probably jacked off to actually come. I don't think I came just from the mouth.
I know.
Because you don't feel the wetness. You feel the warmth, I guess.
Yeah.
It really is just your brain telling you what's going on. It's not
exactly.
So you be fucking bitches raw, I can tell.
No, I don't get my dick sucked with a condom on. That's all I'm saying.
So he gets his dick sucked by a lot of women, but
with no condom. I fuck with a condom.
He asked for. He just says, "When's the last time you went for a dental checkup?" Before.
We actually about to wrap up, man.
I don't want to. I don't want to end it though, man. I just got comfortable.
We just started getting going. I feel like there's what are the hot topics?
We've unpacked. Let me see if I had any final question really that I want.
You had questions prepared for us.
I know, but
wow, we never got to the question.
That's what I'm saying.
He asked one, and then
I asked one too. But that's how you know. The follow back was something. So here's a question that I did have. Do y'all believe in karma?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
That shit comes back every time.
Absolutely.
I'm still waiting on some shit. I know it's coming.
Yeah.
Meaning you did something foul and you know it's gonna come back on you?
Yeah. For the
kill has killed somebody. It's what right.
For the religious, it's you reap what you sow. Okay?
Right.
Karma, you reap what you sow. It's all the same.
Nothing negative. It's all like fucking bitches. I feel like that karma is what's coming, bro. That's the karma. It's just. But anyway, I ain't do anything wrong with it. I just feel like it's still bad karma.
Me too.
You said me too.
Just be careful. Get a little video clip with them,
right?
So that they can never say that she took it.
What contracts?
Get a video. Well, nobody's gonna stay in the mood after a contract.
That's what I was thinking. Like NDAs, you can only do NDAs when you like on some Chris Brown level. Like before you enter my house or my tour bus, you have to sign this.
Oh
shit.
yeah, Chris definitely.
You gotta get it in text, bro. So you agree in intercourse with me.
But women don't like that. Oh, did it? Okay. Women typically don't like shit like that because they want to seem like it's a surprise that they're fucking in a person.
Because you know they love to say, "I don't be doing this."
Right. First, yeah.
So many times before.
You must have watched a lot.
You've never fucked in the backseat of a car, but you told us the first time.
No, actually, I never fucked in the backseat of a Durango.
1998.
Right, 1998.
That's about a year now.
With a license plate C7
In Oklahoma.
Right. That's what I said I never done before.
That's funny.
Lying, man, bitches be lying. But yeah, regardless of your religion, universal law is universal law. What you put out comes back to you. You can't deny that. So yes, I believe in
I'm gonna start hitting you if I got questions about anything now.
Yeah, you don't like
you got like a lot of shit to
yeah,
your head to give.
I do.
A lot of wisdom.
Yeah,
Now, do you feel like you would have the wisdom you had if you didn't experience the trauma that you experienced as a child?
Absolutely, I don't think so.
I didn't have trauma as a child. My trauma came in my 10 years when I was out being wild.
Gotcha. But so even that, so what you experienced, do you think you'll have the wisdom?
No, it's made me stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I think I always remember the fact that growing up as a dark-skinned woman where nobody was calling me pretty, it was more like I had to fight really hard to be likable and to be smart and to study, to be funny. And so all of those things, I think, made me the well-rounded person that I am today. And then the issues that I went through in high school and college made me stronger. So I don't have any regrets. Whenever somebody asks me that in an interview, like, you know, if you can go back and reverse them, no, I want to go through all that shit because it made me who I am and I love it.
Right. Yeah. They say comedians find like the funny or at least some kind of way to express the pain they've been through in their life through comedy. Like, is there any way you could find a way to make fun of these situations, or is it something that you really keep on a serious note?
No, I joke about all that shit. I'm weird. Like the fact that I'm not afraid of my husband makes him so upset with me because he wants to be domineering, and I'm like, nigga, I've been raped, strangled, you know, I've been shot, I've been finger bugged before a podcast, I've been somebody.
It's making me hot right now.
Brandon do to me that's gonna scare me. So like, yeah,
I got finger pop right before we started the podcast.
Is this NBA player retired?
Now you're making it seem like there's only one. You're talking about the finger banger.
Wow. Yeah, we trying to just find out who the finger banger was. This is something that I did want to ask too, which is how much respect. We finna wrap up for real. How much respect do you feel like you get at comedy clubs, or do you feel like you don't? You feel like the club owners or the bookers still kind of like not really respecting the talent that you could bring to their venue?
Who are you asking first?
Go for it. We just talking.
Yeah, no.
I think as a woman, I think he was reckless when he shoot because I know you say you have to.
No, I wasn't. This is just over.
Oh, you wasn't?
Yeah, no, it's over. If you ever speak for me again, motherfucker.
Hey, you're already on thin ice. Don't fuck your bitch. Watch your mouth.
I think it's been definitely.
I need a little more famous.
That's right.
For me,
You can just slap the shit out of you. Fucking Will Smith like, fuck you, nigga.
Kick this whole
Right.
out your mouth.
All right.
I'm gonna sit like Will Smith for the rest of the show.
And you see the Laugh Factory has that picture up there. We stand against violence.
Oh,
It's
do
a
they?
picture of Will like this.
Oh.
And Chris was in the picture, but Chris must have called him like, "Hey man, take that shit down." So Chris is gone. It's just Will going like this, and it says,
Come on,
"We stand
man.
against violence."
We don't do this.
Okay.
Wow.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Good job.
That's
He does a great Will Smith.
right. That's why.
But for real, how y'all feel about the respect?
Honestly, I think there's a lot. Like, the disrespect comes in when a booker or a club like sees you do well, like sees you kill a stage, and then when you go to hit them up next time and be like, "Yo, can I?" You know, they act like you didn't. Like, "Yo,
Right.
you saw, like you were there, like I saw you laughing in the, you know what I'm saying?" It's like, but they will act like sometimes they'll act like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, let me continue booking a few more things, or Get it? You know what I'm saying? Because
I want you to go through more.
Because they feel like, obviously, and part of it is I get it, right? From a business aspect, they attach the celebrity or credits and whatever to who will come to see, you know, and that's what they need to get the show going.
But is that the rules these days, though? It seems like social media is what gets you booked these days.
Well, they're hoping that those social media fans, which 9 times out of 10, I don't think they do show up.
They'll show up for the first show,
you know,
but if you're not funny, because most people who do sketches online haven't translated on how to do good stand-up. So they'll come to the first show, they'll realize that you're not good at that, and then they won't come to the rest. But for me to answer your question, it's different, which is why I didn't want to go first, because I was an actress first, so I have TV credits. I have a long-ass IMDb page. So people will call me and ask me to do their shows, even though I just started comedy. I didn't really have to like call and check avails and do all the stuff that most people had to do. People want me on their show, and then I have the social media following as well. So people, when I do a show, the club is always pulling me to the side like, hey, you want to do a night here every week? Hey, you want? And I'm just like, I don't want that pressure. I just want some spots. So mine's a little bit different. Or they'll see my numbers and they'll book me just because they expect I'll get somebody. Then they'll see that I was actually funny and be like, oh, you're funny too? Okay, well, you want some more hits? So it's a little bit different for me, but I'm very new. And I haven't done nearly what, you know, you guys who've been doing it for years have. I've only been doing it 4 years.
I've gotten gigs strictly off of the fact that I have following. Luckily, I'm funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Let me give you your flowers, bro. I seen him at the Comedy Chateau in the smaller room. Fucking kill. Yeah, fucking kill, bro.
He's hilarious, and he's been in my home because we shoot sketches with CT. So I knew him in my home before I knew his comedy, but I knew he was quick with the improv that we do. He also fucks
Tanjareen on Saturdays.
And he fucks me on Saturdays. He's been in my house so many times that we are in a relationship. So
we're joking, we're comedians. Like your feelings, she's joking, CT.
I never
kicked off the sketch squad.
Right.
But he invited me to come to one of his shows at the Comedy Chateau. He was hosting. I was so excited. I went to support him, and the nigga wasn't there. He had another dude hosting, and he was in the big room hosting a competition. Oh. And I kept waiting on him to come up and host, and it was that other guy. What's his name?
Haiti.
It was Haiti.
Oh, I know Haiti. Little short Haiti. Dark. Yeah, I know Haiti.
I was like, okay, well, maybe they're doing half and half. Maybe Haiti's going to do the first half of the show, and then Kill's going to come out. Kill never came out. I was like, I'm not supporting this.
Here's the situation on that one, all right? So
Hollywood already.
Typically, I do the Fresh Comedy Jam. You know what I'm saying? It's my show, but the U.S. Comedy Contest is the one when I won that competition in 2018. So they brought me back to be a judge for the show. So I felt like in order to honor, you know.
You could have told me any of that.
I ain't won shit in my life.
Except for, you on TV, I'll take the TV off of it. I'll take.
Everyone always want to be in someone else's.
Man, I'll take them credits over to U.S. Comedy Contest any day.
I did win Uncle Clyde's comedy contest at Flappers. I won the first round, first place, second round, second place, and the third round against Preacher Lawson's brother.
Oh, if you said Preacher Lawson, it don't count. You said Preacher Lawson's brother.
Because I feel bad if I came up. Justin Lawson. Justin Lawson won first place, and I won third place. After a year-long competition, and that was my first year doing comedy. So
my bad, I cut you off, Kill. The respect. What you were saying? My bad.
I forgot.
The reason that you had me go to a show that you didn't host because you were like Flex, you were judging a competition.
They asked me to judge a competition because I was the first place winner of the entire competition. So by right, you're supposed to come back and judge, to pass the torch to the other. But it was a conflict of interest, with the overschedule.
But you don't feel like you haven't gotten any disrespect from any club owners? And they think people been pretty welcoming to you.
Since you've been out here, bro, for the most part, because I kind of know how to move around. Yeah. Because I ran the comedy scene where I'm from.
Gotcha.
So I know how things work a little bit. When I first came out here, I tested the open mic waters and I saw how bullshit it was. Mm-hmm. So I knew exactly where I wanted to go if I wanted to be in the right room. So I never got mistreated because I knew where to put myself at. I knew when to keep my mouth shut and then listen. Right. And when I could come in and say something and say, can I do this and that. So that's the ability to move around in LA and the ability to know when to shut up is basically how I get a lot of gigs.
That's another good house nigger, and that's how you fucking those white bitches.
Damn! I call you a house nigger.
I was saying the whole heartfelt Yeah, you know what? I've been in LA moving the right way. It was real kind to me. She just hit me with the 12 years of
Look
slave
here,
law.
Montgomery. Look here, Montgomery.
God damn.
House nigga with the ER.
Hard.
But that's another thing too. Why I fuck with you? You can't ask somebody to follow you and they never seen you perform.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? It was a premature. It was so premature. It's like I don't know your last name.
Right.
I fucking don't remember you.
Right.
And I've never seen you perform.
These are all facts.
Okay. So, but
I be
he's
trying to
funny.
network, bro. That's what it is.
I
So
feel
anytime
you.
I meet somebody that, you know, used to be famous or is famous.
Fuck you trying to say? This nigga was just saying he saw me on MacGyver today.
But it was on oxygen. It was on oxygen.
That's right. A network you ain't been on yet.
That's what. See, when you roast niggas that's famous for real, this is where this how
They go to the
they
real,
get straight for the jugular. Nigga, you ain't been on shit.
He pulled out the residual check.
Yeah.
Oh God.
This is a residual check from Germany.
Got that right, nigga. I slapped you on my wallet. Let me tell you
I
something.
went viral on TikTok several times.
Me too, nigga. Me too. But you know what's so funny? This is something. This is a very important lesson for all comedians. You cannot roast up, bruh. You cannot roast up. It's a very difficult thing to do. Meaning, Kevin Hart tried to roast me one time. I wouldn't fall for it. It's on the internet right now. I did a clickbait title. I said Justin Hires and Kevin Hart roast each other. It really wasn't even that. But what I didn't show was he was trying to bait me into a roast. But I had seen fucking him go against Meek Mill. I saw what he did with Jamie Foxx. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not finna roast you, bruh, because I know you have accomplished more things than me. It don't fucking, like, you're gonna be able to shit on me regardless. It don't matter what I say. Ultimately, if you can pull that trump card out, if you want to pull the trump card out.
Yeah. Right, but you shouldn't roast down either because that's too easy and it's like you're degrading.
Well, that's why it should be peer. It should be either
peer.
Yeah, it should be peer.
The best example is roast me. I just did an episode of roast me.
Right.
Basically, when you go in, it's not really you trying to overtalk each other, or if you roast me, I gotta get you back. It's really supposed to let the whole entire classroom get involved, and that's what people don't understand when they watch it. So when they watch me for the first episode, like me and CP go back and forth. But because he's a beast, he's a legend. You gotta let him get you. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like trying. I would yell at him because he's one of the main guys on there. So you gotta take it a little bit. So people watch it and be like, you got killed by. You're supposed to get killed by CP. That's the
Eminem
took me on this show. I got a clip out right now. No, don't play that shit.
It's hard to roast them niggas on roasting. It's hard to roast up.
It's hard to roast up. It's hard because CP's a beast.
Right.
Craig Smith is a beast.
You got him right behind you. You got Brent Taylor on the right.
You got
Brandon Lewis. You got Brandon Lewis. You got Boo Capone right over here.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do it. Ridiculous. Somebody tried to get me to come on? Probably Brandon told me about roast me, and then somebody else tried to, because I think it's the funniest fucking show, like online show. But I said no, I don't handle roast well, but I know myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna put myself in that position for people to say all the shit that they've been wanting to tell me for 15 years. And that's why it's called fuck your feelings.
When you sit down,
I'm in my feelings.
You don't even roast, but like you don't like to roast. Period. Like when it comes. I don't
roast people either. I only roast people if I feel like I'm under attack. Like I did. You see what I'm saying? I felt the subtle shade, and so then I was like, well, I have to smack.
That's why I was a bitch. Like,
yeah, I know, right? Yeah. But I don't come out the gate roasting anybody. Now I'll talk shit about people, but I'll say it to your face also,
which is different.
Right. Yeah, but roasting, I never attack first with a roast. Yeah, or saying shit about somebody. What you about to say, Brandon?
No, I'm saying I don't roast, but people look when you don't roast. Like if it's not something that you do, people will try to aim or target you and think like you won't come out. It's like no, I still snipe. Like Chris Spencer tried to come at me one time. This is years ago, and he tried to like say something, you know, and that's the dick bro, but like.
That's his personality,
but I think Avion was like, be careful, like he gonna come at you. I'm like, I'm not gonna back down, but I'm not gonna come at you just intentionally at first.
Right. All right, y'all. We wrapping this up. What y'all gotta say?
Already wrapped.
Yeah.
Well, because I had a 1 o'clock call.
No, we about.
This is
1 o'clock.
2 hours we've been here, ladies and gentlemen. So I just need to tell them that I'm running.
It was a good episode.
It was a good episode, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all killed it. Time did fly. What y'all got? What y'all social media? Y'all podcast? Anything y'all got? Any shows? Whatever.
Man, Fresh Comedy Jam coming up on June 25th.
You said fuck, let the ladies go first. You know.
It's fine.
I thought you were gonna say the best.
I'm joking. I'm just talking.
Short ID list.
I'm just talking shit. I'm talking shit. Kill, go for it, Kill.
Fresh Comedy Jam June 25th. We got All Dev Digital coming through. Tony Bates gonna be headlines coming through for that. Follow me on KIL_TV. That's about it, man.
And y'all watch out for Kill, man. He gonna be blowing up. He gonna have his own TV shows and fucking starring in movies and all of that shit, bro. I believe he gonna be selling out fucking theaters and all of that, man. So y'all watch out for Kill.
And he's gonna be wiping his penis with toilet paper in the next 10 years.
Wow. Yeah, I ain't 20.
I know how to say it's coming soon.
Yeah, that's it.
I gotta check my shit to make sure.
You go feel it. You ain't gonna have to check it. You gonna feel it. Tanjareen?
Does this come out this week?
Probably about 2 weeks, maybe.
Oh, okay. So all the shows I was about to tell y'all about, it'll be too late.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in the future.
So yeah, just go to Tanjareen.
August 13th.
Right.
Going down.
Just go to tanjareen.com. If you know my name, it's not spelled like the fruit, it's spelled TANJAREEN.com. I'm on all the social sites. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I have a Discord, a Patreon, and OnlyFans. My Discord is lit as fuck. We go live in there. We have a good time. There's a sex room in there. There's a cooking room. There's a fitness room. We work out together like it's crazy. It's a family. You become Team Tanjareen. You join my Discord. Join my Patreon. You also get added to my close friends on Instagram, and you see what my life is really like. And I share things with you there on my close friends on Instagram stories that I don't share anywhere else. So you become Team Reen when you are a paid subscriber on any of my sites. And I got a bunch of shows coming up, and you can watch me on the Marriage Go Round podcast on Wednesdays, with Tanjareen's Top Talent on Tuesdays, Shoot Your Shot Dating show that I host and created on Thursdays. But all that is online. Follow me, official Tanjareen.
Can I do mine over again?
No. Time's up for you, buddy. I gave you your fucking flowers. You are done. Brandon.
That's fine with me.
You could follow me at Brandon Phillips at everything, and I think I have a rerun of a TV show that
Hilarious.
I did that will be coming out on one of the networks soon. That's probably it, because Tanjareen just listed off a shit ton of.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even mention TV. I'm on Millennials on the All Black app and on Family Time 8 seasons. You can find all of that and the Fat Tuesdays documentary. I'm on 3 series that you can watch on Amazon Prime.
And you can see her getting finger popped.
Fat Tuesdays by Brandon Phillips. All right.
Brandon Phillips, he was the 6th nigga on Stomp the Yard. He's the one in the back like this.
No. He was the 12th.
Yeah, 12. Yeah. Dance number 12.
Yes.
He got the same pants from the
He's Kill me, start it off.
Now, are you roasting down?
No, I'm not roasting nobody. This nigga's strong. I don't want to try.
I'm just saying.
This is okay. Hey man, this is man Justin Hires, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, man. Share, man. Make sure y'all share. Subscribe, man. Appreciate to the guests came through today, man.
Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate
This was
you.
really fun. I got to learn a lot about
Just yesterday.
vagina and the things that happen around it, and
Can we get that? Yeah, okay.
Zoom in.
Damn.
This I had to learn how to sit like this because of the way this obstacle course is set up. I was like, why is okay? This is too much. Goodbye. We said it was over.
We're out of here, man. Justin Hines. Oh yes, if anybody has been offended by anything that was said today, just remember one thing: fuck your feelings.
I want me down, I get it. Hate that I keep winning. Stab my back, it's tempting.